Immortal Red Sonja, issue number 1 from Dynamite Comics. So we got another Red Sonja series, and this one is by Dan Abnett. And I've enjoyed some of Dan Abnett's previous stuff, so I was like, all right, sweet, Dan Abnett on Red Sonja. Hopefully this will be good. So this Red Sonja is going to be different from other Red Sonjas in the sense that this one is Red Sonja tackling the King Arthur mythos. And so we start off with Red Sonja, and she's on a horse, and she's galloping in the rain, and she's having a conversation with someone. She's telling someone to shut up, but we don't see anyone around her. So it's like, is she talking to her horse? No, there's got to be someone or something here that she's talking to, right? Unless she's gone crazy and she's talking to herself. But eventually she comes across the last house, and there's this old man out front. And she asks the old man if he would give her shelter. He says, my name is, I am Sonja, called the Red. I'm a traveler. The storm has kind of, come down on me. I seek shelter, a roof, a fire to sit by. And he says, sure, I can provide those things for a price. But the price isn't silver or coin. The price is simply your story. And it has to be true. That's the only caveat. You have to tell me your story, and it has to be true. She's like, all right, I can do that. And so we see her inside the old man's house, and he's feeding her soup. And she's kind of questioning things. She's like, why is it that your fire is so bright? Why is it that you have plenty of food for someone who's on their own? Especially in a place like this where I haven't seen anyone in days. He says that he keeps all this in the hopes that he'll have strangers like her show up. He is a man who seeks knowledge and stories. He collects them. So he hopes that as long as if he keeps the fire burning and plenty of food, maybe people will come by and they'll tell him his story. And so he starts telling about his story, about a line of kings, and that eventually there was one named Arthur, and he was the last and the greatest king, and he was envied by his nephew Mordred, who actually also ends up being his son, if anyone knows the King Arthur mythos. But yeah, eventually there was war between the two, and in the end they both slew each other, and with both of them dead, the kingdom fell, and nothing remains except for the cursed wilderness and this last house. And Sonja says, well, I guess this is the place I've been looking for then. So she tells her story, and her story is that she found a chainmail shirt. It was nice, fit for a king. She found it in a lost treasure in a forgotten place. And so she decided to put it on. But the thing is cursed. As soon as she tries to pull the shirts, the links tighten like coils of a snake. And when she pulls harder, they cut into her skin. So she cannot pull this damn chainmail off her. And there's also a voice. And the voice is from the chainmail. And the chainmail talks to her. And the chainmail has been talking to her for days. And she asks the old man if he can hear the chainmail. And he says no. And she says, I can. Day and night it talks to me. It's driving me mad. And I'm like, well, at least it's a chainmail shirt and not a chainmail undie. Because if it was a chainmail undie, it wouldn't be driving you mad. It'd be driving you nuts. So yeah, she tells this story, and she says, but there's more. The chainmail not only speaks to me, but it claims to be the spirit of a king, cursed and trapped in the chainmail. And it wants to be free. And it will not free me, not unless I undo the curse. And so what it wants is it wants to be brought back to its kingdom, and it wants to live again as the king reborn. And she says, well, that's my story. Thank you for the food and shelter. She's like, oh, that was a strange story. He's like, yeah, I've been traveling for years, trying to find this kingdom. I have done many horrible things. I have been attacked by outlaws and brigands, by robbers and haunted ghosts and demons in the dark forest. I've seen many, many horrors, and because of all that, I have become a she-devil. And she says, the strangest thing, though, is that you never asked me the name of the king. And he's asked, really? Well, what is it? And she says, the name of the king is Arthur. And Arthur is the one that's in the chainmail. He's the one that whispers to me day and night. And the old man's like, no, it can't be. And that's when she basically reveals that she knows more about the old man. She says, Like, please, you don't have to continue with this act. You designed this riddle, this story, to trap me. You claim to be a humble man, but you're in the last house for miles. You're a man who offers food and shelter in return for a story, but the story must be true. So if I hadn't mentioned the name and you hadn't asked, which you were careful not to, then my story would have been incomplete and thus not wholly true. And by the terms of our deal, you would have won power over me. So she knew that he didn't ask because he was trying to find a loophole in this curse. She says, like, I know what you really are. You keep a fire blazing. You keep plenty of food. All for a simple story. But why do you have so much armor and weapons? And that's because it's from others who have come by here and who have tried to tell you their stories and have failed your riddle because they haven't given you the complete information that they have. And you're trying to stop me. Is that what it is? And he admits that, like, you're cunning. I have no choice. Like, I was cursed as well. And she's like, all right, like, we both know of curses. That's the way it is. And that's when he transforms into this giant orc beast monster and attacks her. And I'm going to stop it here. I don't want to spoil the rest of this issue. But yeah, I'm loving this story so far. I mean, it's only just the one issue at the moment. But I love the way it's written. The story is very intriguing. I know some people would be kind of upset. They're like, we want the chainmail bikini. We don't want Sonja wearing a chainmail shirt and pants. And I can understand that. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see her in the chainmail bikini too. But it wouldn't make sense for the story. It wouldn't make sense for King Arthur to be riding around in the chainmail bikini. So, for the purpose of the story, the chainmail shirt makes sense. And I do like the fact that the chainmail shirt is like a curse. Like, she can't pull it off without it tearing her body apart. I'm interested to see where it's going. And yeah, this is a very intriguing story to me. I think this issue has sold me to keep going with the series. Not only is it, by Dan Abnett, but I mean, it's Red Sonja, who I love. Anyone who's been on this channel before will know I've done plenty of Red Sonja reviews. But this one is a really good one. Really, really intriguing. Off to really good starts. Artwork is good. The plot is good, in my opinion, so far. It's interesting to me. I want to see where it goes. The dialogue was really, really good. I like the back and forth between Red Sonja and this old man. So yeah, I cannot recommend this issue enough. Immortal Red Sonja, issue number 1 from Dynamite Comics. Go check it out. I think it was fantastic. But yeah, there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me what you think. If you got any recommendations, let me know. But yeah, hope you guys take care. Hope to see you next time. Later. So what'd you guys think of that video? Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe. Hit that bell for a notification. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't enjoy the video, thank you for watching it this far. And I hope the next video is more to your liking. Feel free to check out the playlist that you guys see. And I hope to see you guys next time. Later.